One of the main ways to be successful with katanas in Dark Souls 3 is to know your spacing. Practice it day and night. The katanas, most of them at least, have this thing called a stance. The weapon art is a stance. And when you R1, you do a slash. It's very quick and it has a lot of range. So, against weapons that are like great swords and shit, it's amazing. You stay out of your enemy's range, know where they can and can't hit you, and you should be fine with that move. Also, the only thing that really will fuck you with this move is spears and halberds. I've noticed that I have a lot of trouble with those, but spacing is very important in being successful with katanas in this game. The next thing we're going to get into is parry baiting. Parry baiting with katanas in this game, in my opinion, the coolest parries in the game. The best ways I've noticed is with half charged to charge R2s, or as we discussed earlier, the R1 out of range. People always, or almost always, tend to fucking swing at you with them. But another tip, I should say, is when you're dueling people, if you're going for the katana parry, throw out a bunch of empty attacks. Try not to get hit when you do it, but do some empty sprinting attacks. Empty being not trying to hit them, just throwing them out to keep the mix-ups going. Like you saw right there, I got the partial, but I threw a R1 out of the stance and he immediately attacked me. A lot of the times people will do that. Don't make it too obvious that you're trying to parry, because often people will just work around you, and if they're good, they will get in there. See right there, you saw me fucking bait him into it pretty easily. So those to me are the best ways to get your katana parries in Dark Souls 3. The R1 and the half to charged R2s. The Chaos Blade has actually been in every single Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3. At first, it was a bit more difficult to obtain because you had to infuse any plus 10 katana with the soul of Quelaag. So that means you have to get the materials to make a plus 10 katana. And then you have to infuse it with a boss soul, meaning you have to kill that boss to get it. So yeah, now it's a lot more simple, I would say, because you don't necessarily need to have a katana plus 10 already. You just have to kill the dancer. He's a pretty tough boss, for me at least. Then you kill King Osiris, or Osiris, however you say his name, and then you kill Champion Gundyr. Then you'll go into this place that looks like Firelink Shrine, but it's a lot more dark and murky. And it'll be sitting right there where you originally killed the Katana Master in early game. I wouldn't say that the katana, the Chaos Blade, is a late game weapon, because it is possible to get it very early game. You can actually get it within beating technically 3 bosses if you don't count the tutorial boss. So I wouldn't necessarily consider it a late game weapon, but it is, if you can manage to get it before defeating Bort, it'll be a huge advantage since it hits so hard. Just make sure you don't kill yourself, because it does inflict damage to both the user and whatever you hit with it. Did you know that in Dark Souls 3 you can parry with a rapier? I just recently found this out, and it actually has the same exact parry frames as the parrying dagger. Knowing this, you can really throw some people off, because when you have a rapier in your hand, nobody's going to expect you to parry with it. Also, it has to be the regular rapier. It cannot be Ricard's rapier, Irithel rapier, none of that. Only the regular rapier. Just says rapier, that's it. This is your first time here, leave a like, drop a comment down below. I will take any constructive criticism to make my videos better. Also subscribe and join the Raging Army. See you in the next video.